name is Emma Warland, and I'm in Speech 1321, and this is my persuasive presentation. Hi, I'm Chloe.
Hi, I'm Hunter.
Hi, I'm Jenny.
And I'm Avery.
Imagine a future where parents could no longer pay for public schools. Let's talk about the HR 899. The HR 899 is to terminate the Department of Education. Next slide, please. Let's start off with talking about low-income families being impacted by this bill. The Department of Education provides funds for all public schools in the United States. The public schools receive $857.2 billion, or in other words, $17,700 per student. Without this money, public schools would no longer be able to stay open and educate the kids. Next slide, please. Now, let's talk about special need and disabled children. Through the special need program, the Department of Education helps pay for their classes and help them develop their skills and become their full potential as these students. Without these classes, it would be resulting in discrimination. The Department of Education also helps pay for ramps and other resources for disabled children to get around to schools and other facilities. Without that, they would no longer be able to get to the areas they need to be. Students with IEP or also individual education program ranges from 11.7 to 21.1% in all the states, which is a good amount of kids who would no longer be getting the information and things they need if we were no longer getting this money. Next slide, please. Now, let's talk about FAFSAs. What would happen if FAFSAs were abolished? If FAFSAs were abolished, students would no longer be able to pay for their colleges. Around 17.6 million students fill out the forms for FAFSAs every year. If they were no longer getting that money, they would no longer be able to pay for their college classes, which would also make them where they would only be getting a high school diploma and no longer be able to go into college and get the resources they need to do better. Let's get into a deeper dive of federal aid. Federal aid has several programs, like work studies, which college kids work for, where they get money to help them with their necessities, Pell Grants, and loans. College kids use loans every year, which helps them pay for their classes, making up $1.6 trillion every year. Now we see what could happen. What can you do to help? Call your senator and sign petitions to help abolish this bill. There were several sources I used to help me get this information, like the U.S. Public Education Spending Statistics by Melanie Hansen, How Dismantling the Education Department Could Affect Disabled Students Across the U.S. by Alexis Weaver, Susan J. Pepkins, and Donna Ferrarte, and Trump Wants to Close the Education Department. Here's What That Might Mean for Students' Financial Aid by Ellen Johnson. Last slide, please. Do y'all have any questions for me? Okay, thank you for coming and listening to my speech today. I hope you have a good day.